Hello, beloveds. This is a message that has come through today as we have seen that there are so many of you entrenched in fear, and this is not surprising, as there is a lot of confusion that is taking place at this point in time. The message is very short and sweet. We can expand onto it later, but this is a special transmission to let you know that there is a lot of confusion taking place simply because the earth is purging. What this means is that the higher frequencies and vibrations that are being transmitted into planet Earth for the ascension of both the planet and its individuals, its inhabitants, is taking place now, which means that anything that is in the darkness, anything that is unknown, that is not coming from the higher heart, from the purity of the innocence of who we be, of that essence, is being relinquished, is being released in the form of storms, in the form of cyclones, in the form of dark hidden agendas coming up to the surface, in the form of individuals at a micro level confronting those abusive and toxic relationships that can no longer take place in the new earth, in planet Earth, because the new blueprints are being established, or shall we say re-established. For some of you came with these blueprints already active within you, and now they are being reactivated, for there has been a long period of darkness in which the darker agendas have been able to squash those codes, those higher frequencies that were here to assist the evolution of humanity. And so with tactics such as gaslighting, such as projection, such as masks, such as lying, manipulation, threats, there has been a lot of damage that has been persisting in this human reality, simply because it has been passed down generation to generation. As the dramas and the traumas were not being resolved, they were passed down at a cellular level. And what is taking place now, just so that you, all of the individuals who are listening to this transmission, probably you are one of the bringers of the change, is that everything is coming up to the surface. This means that all the fears, all the unresolved issues, traumas, challenges that were not able to be fully acknowledged, accepted, and resolved within one individual in their timeline are coming up to the surface to be acknowledged, to be accepted, to be understood, and to have their own entitlement, because they are here for a reason. They did suffer, they did receive pain. They are here to be accomplished in the acknowledgement of what they be. So once there is that acceptance of the fear, of the pain, of the challenge, of the suffering that took place in whatever timeline and whatever part of the timeline of any given individual, then if you are doing the healing for your lineage, and this may mean you are a bringer of the change who have put your hand up and you know you came here on earth for a mission, and the mission is to complete your transmission, to complete your ascension path. So you will be doing a lot of healing for your lineage as well. You have put your hand up and said, this is not happening to me again, and I am breaking the pattern, I am breaking the cycle. This means that everything that caught up until this moment in time, in whatever other timelines were lived by whatever other individuals you are enmeshed with at a cellular level, are coming up to the surface in the form of fear, tremendous anxiety, depression, a big sadness, anger. Those big emotions that are taking place at this point in time are there to be acknowledged. So do not right away, do not run away from fear, do not run away from any challenges that you may be facing at this point in time, because it is merely the darkness that has been unresolved over different paths and timelines that is coming up to the surface in order to be resolved, acknowledged, and challenged. This is the only way that a transmutation into and from love can take place, which means that all those messages, all those disempowering words and actions that were done upon you and upon those in your lineage are resurfacing to be revisited, to be relinquished with love and in control of one's own groundedness in that peace of love of God. We are here transmitting you from the Council of the Light, the Arcturians and the Pleiadians. We would like to tell you that this message is an encouragement for those of you who are suffering at this point in time still the remnants of that darkness, whether at a micro level or at a macro level. You as empathic beings are feeling the extent of the consequences of those actions that were once either forbidden, they were shut down, shut up, or they were squashed down. So that truth that never was able to come up to the surface and bubble up is now battling with compassion, with love, with might, with light. That other darkness that pushed it further down because that darkness did not want the light to unveil its own light. So relinquish, release, allow for this process to take place in a manner of self-awareness. Whatever is bubbling up for you, whatever is coming up to the surface, whether that is extreme fear, whether that is whatever emotional challenge and turmoil that you are facing at this point in time that is keeping you in confusion, in a loop of recycling, repeating the same patterns of old behaviors, know that they are spiraling up, and you can create a vortex, a channel for them to be relinquished upwards into the ethereal realms so that we can assist you with the transmutation into love. Yetukko ranata ke yayata sairo konta hayara to konata ki ayara to ayara tata yara no kuyanta ki ana to koyanata sairo to koyarata yaye to koyarata yaya to hana yintu konata ki arato konto soyoro kotoko yarata ki atako atape yara to konto kwante yana to kwanta ne ko to na ya ki to kwanta yara kwata yentken konte yara to kwant ki ya sairo ko to kwantia kan ko yara to yana kyat ko tia sairo ko to yatia kyatia kon ko yara ta ko sairo ko to kwantia kya ko tayat yetto ko rayana to sairo ko to kyantia kya to ko sairo to kwantia kya no to yada ya pe ko to piata saikono kya tontu. It is with this relinquishing of narcissistic, toxic behaviors and abusive patterns that must be released in order for the awakening to be happening. What this means is that you are acting as a mirror reflection of those who are unveiling their own darkness and are not willing, or maybe willing, to face that darkness within. The ability to face the darkness is basically the willingness to choose amongst one's own free will to do the inner healing, to do the transmutation of those fears, of that darkness, into love. So every single individual at this point in time is being tested as to whether they are following their own commitment to God, as to whether they are tuning into their heart and they are coming from their higher heart, from an expression of unconditional love, or whether they are running away and they are escaping with that fear, with those challenges that they are facing. This means that these individuals will remain in the darkness until that darkness is being faced. And this means that as a projection, the external world will be showing them this darkness in order for them to face it. So every single individual at this point in time in this plane of Earth is playing out certain roles, whether disempowerment, victimhood, or an extreme authoritarian control and aggressive manipulation tactics. There are those who are trying to siphon away the energy from other individuals, from other souls who are embarking in the process of awakening, of enlightenment, of reaching that light and staying in that remembrance, maintaining that higher frequency and embodying that who they really are. Those other individuals who are not able to reach this stage yet are using every single tactic and technique that they know in order to siphon that energy from the the awakened ones, and to keep them in the lower vibrations so that they are all in the same parity. The thing is that this is not working anymore, and with this process of purging, what is taking place is that that darkness is being unveiled by those courageous individuals who are stepping up, standing up, speaking for the truth. Just like in the past, there were witches who were burned at the stake. This is coming back up to the surface. Those witches, those wizards, are now stepping up into the truth. And that truth that was squashed in different timelines is now being re-empowered. So the queen, the king archetype at a divine level, at a cosmic mother and cosmic father level of wisdom, of awareness, is stepping up to the surface with compassion, with awareness, with love, with might, with courage, with the fight that is needed, that is coming as a motivational drive from the internal level of the higher heart. It has nothing to do with the external world. The external world eventually reflects that commitment, that loyalty, that self-honoring, that alignment with the higher path. So every single individual is being faced with their judgment day. We are all, you are all being trialed so as to prove to yourself, to your higher self, to God, that you are in unison with it. So the more you can remain in this higher vibration, acknowledging that there is extreme fear, extreme anxiety, extreme psychic attacks that are taking place in the physical realm, even, and in the energetic spheres or realms, so as to purge them, so as to transmute them, so as to acknowledge, yes, you are here, yes, I can see you, yes, this was not resolved up to now, but now I am stepping up in my empowered role, and as a sovereign being, I have chosen, I choose, and I keep choosing to stand in my vibration of love. So basically there is the purging of the darkness, the transmutation of that darkness into the light, and the sovereign choice, the decision that is up to every single individual to decide whether you are choosing that darkness and you are choosing to run away with that darkness, or you are choosing to empower yourself, re-empower yourself, work with the activations of the new blueprints of the new earth, so that you can become and really embody that essence that you know is here. This cannot be hidden anymore. This inner essence is coming out to the surface, and so whatever it needs to battle outside that is resisting or interfering with that higher essence is now coming to the surface for it to be confronted, released, relinquished totally, now and forever, because you're not turning back, you are not going back to that model that you were before, to that disempowered, victimized model that allowed for others in the darkness to take advantage of you. You are here as a bringer of the change, as a sovereign being, and now is the time. Now is your moment to step up and to choose, to decide that you are here to empower your light, no matter what it takes, with courage and might, so that you can unveil the darkness and you can confront that darkness that is being showed to you, so as to not repeat these same patterns of abusive behaviors in any relationship, including the macro level of relationships with governments. So every single individual is being called accountable to their own highest essence. If that means that you are here to grow apples and pears and have a beautiful orchard and share that with the neighbors or with the school kids that are nearby, then that is your job, that is your task, that is your mission. Accomplish it with love, with might, with peace, and with that peace of heart and peace of mind that you are here doing what your mission is. No mission is more important than other. If you are here being called because something is stirred up inside of you, that you are here to be a speaker, that you are a motivational, inspirational speaker, and you are here to put yourself in front of a camera and speak in front of audiences, do it, no matter what courage it takes, no matter what it takes, no matter the external pressure from others who are trying to bring you down, no matter what thoughts, beliefs, or emotions are coming up to the surface from other past or pieces of timelines where this wasn't possible for you to do as an energetic being because you were squashed down. Now is the time, this is the time, it is the time for you to empower yourself, every single individual calling itself accountable for their own mission with God, for their own alignment with God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, so that you do your mission, so that every single individual in little communities, in little tribes, stands up for that community, for that tribe, for those people who are here to receive the necessary information from the blueprint of the new earth that those leaders of these little tribes are carrying. So you, as a bringer of the change, whether you are a global public speaker, whether you are a nomad, a traveler, whether you are a farmer, matters not your job, your role. Your mission is important and you are here for it. So we are all building the bridges between the new earth and the old earth. This means that the new earth is working with principles like sustainability, like adaptability, like working and cooperating with the environment and with the community, emotional intelligence, cooperation, empathy, intuition, and other elements that ground this new earth, which we will talk about in future videos. But just a heads up so that you know that what you're building is important, that your mission is important, and do not relinquish your role. Stick with that role so that you are able to shine that light that is necessary at this point in time for you at a micro level, and then as a ripple effect at a more macro level, affecting one another. This darkness is unveiled and it is released. This message is coming across right now simply because this vessel has come into awareness of different experiences and situations in which the darkness, as a form of narcissistic abuse, toxicity, and siphoning of energy at a deep soul level, meaning the darkness wanting to extrapolate or to suck the light energy from other beings in the form of narcissistic abuse, gaslighting, projecting, manipulating, hiding, lying, in the form of psychic attacks, in the form of energetic manipulation of that energy. This is very prevalent and very recurring in so many examples. Some of you call it the ego. Those people are in the ego, or those people are in the darkness, in the shadow. It matters not. The thing is that you are all being faced with those same choices in order for you to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to recreate the same pattern of abuse, disempowerment, and victimhood in which I put myself as an energetic being in my timelines? Or am I going to stand up and commit myself to the path with God, no matter what that takes? Courage to you all, beloveds. We really hope that this message crosses your path and that it helps you so that you are less confused, so that the confusion can fade away and you stay strong in your path with God. We shall transmit another session, and we thank this vessel for the space and the time for the transmission of this information. As always, the information is being transmitted from love, from light, from the Council of the Light, with no interference, but that of the higher realms of awareness that are here assisting you and co-creating with you these blueprints of the new earth that are already here upon us, and which we all are embodying. Ahava, namaste. Thank you. See you soon.